السد العالي الذي دارت من حوله المعارك وحارب من أجله الأبطال.
يوم 19 يوليو سنة 1956 رجعت من بريوني بالليل، وأول حاجة عرفتها في المطار كان قرار أمريكا بسحب تمويل السد العالي. وفي اليوم التالي صدر قرار من بريطانيا بسحب تمويل السد العالي. وفي اليوم الثالث صدر قرار من البنك الدولي بسحب عرض اعطائنا قرض للسد العالي.
نحن اليوم في وسط نار حرب أخرى تشهد البناء، وقد اكتمل بعد كفاح عنيف ضار حاولت فيه كل القوى أن تثني هذا الشعب عن عزمه، فما زادته إلا إصرارا.
تلقيت صباح اليوم الرسالة التالية من وزير السد العالي: يسرني أن أبلغ سيادتكم أن العمل بالسد العالي على هذا النحو يكون قد انتهى على أكمل وجه. يا رجال مصر ويا نساءها وأطفالها، هنا أمام الدنيا كلها رمز حي لإرادتكم وتصميمكم ومقدرتكم على العمل وعلى الفداء. هنا بهذا السد العالي تذكار لانتصاركم على كل اعتداء وعلى كل الصعوبات.
In the heart of the Egyptian desert, on the banks of the immortal Nile River, the high dam stands as one of the greatest engineering achievements of the 20th century. Built between 1960 and 1970 with help from the Soviet Union, the dam became an impenetrable barrier against Nile floods and a major source of hydroelectric power. With its majestic design and ability to store water in Lake Nasser, the high dam changed the course of agricultural and industrial life in Egypt, leaving an indelible mark on its modern history. Gamal Abdel Nasser's name is linked to Egypt's modern history as one of the greatest political figures in the Arab world. Born on January 15, 1918, he became the second president of Egypt after the leaders of the Egyptian Revolution in 1952. His period of rule was distinguished by his efforts to achieve social justice, eliminate colonialism, and develop infrastructure. The nationalization of the Suez Canal in 1956 was his most notable achievement, confirming Egypt's ability to manage its capabilities. One day in the summer of 1960, Abdel Nasser stood on the bank of the Nile, looking at the site of the high dam before its construction began. He told the crowds, "This dam will be the beginning of a new future. We will build Heliopolis with our own hands, and we will no longer accept to be at anyone's mercy." With these words, a new era began for Egypt, where the high dam and Gamal Abdel Nasser became symbols of challenge and ambition, an inspiring story of how nations rise with the will of their people and turn their dreams into tangible reality. I am Gamal Abdel Nasser, born on January 15, 1918 in the Bokos neighborhood in Alexandria. I grew up in a simple Egyptian family, and my father worked as a postal service employee. From a young age, I felt angry at British colonialism and the social injustices that surrounded us. These feelings were a strong motivation for me to join the military academy, where my military and political career began. After I graduated, I joined a group of free officers who shared the same desire to liberate Egypt from colonialism and corruption. On July 23, 1952, that desire led us to carry out a revolution that overthrew the monarchy and declared the establishment of the Republic. That moment was a turning point in Egypt's history, and since then, I have dedicated my life to building a strong and independent country. One of my biggest achievements was the nationalization of the Suez Canal in 1956, a decision that returned the canal to Egyptian sovereignty and brought us a major diplomatic and military victory. She worked hard to achieve social justice through agricultural and industrial reforms, and the construction of the Aswan High Dam, which was a symbol of development and progress. At the international level, I was one of the founders of the non-aligned movement, and I sought to build balanced relations with major countries without dependency on any of them. I dreamed of a strong Arab unity that believed in liberation and national sovereignty, and despite the challenges I faced, I did not back down from my goal. I lived my life committed to my principles and values, putting the interests of Egypt and the Arab nation above all else. Despite the difficulties and criticism, I remained a believer that Egypt deserves a great position among nations, and that its people are capable of achieving the impossible when they unite for a better future. The High Dam is one of the most prominent civil engineering projects of the 20th century. Located in southern Egypt on the Nile River near the city of Aswan, it was built between 1960 and 1970, with funding and technical support from the former Soviet Union. The High Dam is a vital project for Egypt, as it contributes significantly to controlling the Nile flood, generating electricity, and providing water for irrigation. The beginning of the idea of building a large dam on the Nile River was old, but it has become an urgent necessity with the increasing need to control the river's flooding and make optimal use of its water. After the Egyptian Revolution of 1952, the Egyptian government led by President Gamal Abdel Nasser made the decision to build the High Dam to achieve development and strategic goals. Construction and finance. Construction work began in 1960, and advanced engineering techniques were used at the time. The Soviet Union financed much of the project and provided technical support, which helped complete the dam successfully. More than 40 million cubic meters of construction materials were used, making it one of the largest dams in the world. Benefits of the High Dam. 1. Flood control. The High Dam helped protect Egypt from the devastating floods that occurred regularly, which contributed to the stability of agricultural and economic life in the country. 2. Electricity generation. The High Dam has a huge power station, which provides hydroelectric power to Egypt, which contributed to the development of industrial and agricultural infrastructure. 3. Water storage. The dam stores water in Lake Nasser, ensuring the availability of water necessary for irrigation and drinking throughout the year, especially in periods of drought. Side effects. Despite the great benefits of the High Dam, it caused some environmental and social impacts, including the displacement of the Nubian population from their original areas and the emergence of some environmental problems in Lake Nasser and the surrounding area. The High Dam remains an engineering achievement and a cultural landmark in Egypt's modern history, representing a symbol of progress and development. It is a testament to the will and determination of the Egyptian people to overcome challenges and achieve prosperity, and continues to play a vital role in the country's economy and its environmental and social stability. Don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and activate the bell button to receive all new updates.